when you first launch Pro Tools, you're going to get this window here. You want to create a new session. So we're going to create a new session and we're going to call this practice. So you want to store it in a local storage. We're not going to use the cloud. We're not using a template. The file type is BWF, which stands for broadcast wave format, as opposed to AIFF. Okay. You want 24-bit depth. We'll talk about bit depth later on. The sample rate should be 48 kilohertz as opposed to 44.1. So usually music is in 44.1. But a lot of our productions are going to be in video. So video uses 48 kilohertz. And the I/O settings would be stereo mix. Okay. You want to make sure you have interleave checked. And what it means, don't worry about that. Long story. We'll understand that later. In the location, you want to make sure this location is correct. In other words, where are you going to save this session? So when you click on location, you want to go to your project folder and you want to go to your Pro Tools Sessions folder. Okay? And then you're going to hit open. So, or use current folder, I should say. Use current folder here. And then you hit create. So Pro Tools will launch and it will look like this. But you want to go to your window file explorer and you want to go to your folders to make sure that it's all set up correctly. So here we are in document, your project folder and Pro Tools session. You can see that here's this practice folder that you created. That's the name of the session you just created. And it creates all these files. Okay. So there's a bunch of stuff in there. Don't delete anything in there. Just know that it exists. All right. So once again, that's inside your project folder, Pro Tools session, and then whatever the name of your session is. All right. When you get to this point, what we can do then is we can get rid of a lot of things so that the window gets a little bigger here. So if you have this little guy floating around, you can close it. And if you have a second window like this one around, it's called mix window, you can close it. And basically we want this to be as big as possible. So I'm going to stretch it and make it as tall and wide as possible. Okay, so it looks like that.